Okay, so good morning to everybody who's tuned in, to everybody who's listening and geared to join our conversation this morning. My name's Col Namwawa. I am the chairperson and executive director of the Push Women Network. And I'm really excited today because we are talking to Senan Kanana, who is a very dear friend of mine, a sister from Kenya. She is a gender advocate and she is also an author. And I will not preempt anything because I want her to give us all the details about her work and this upcoming book that she has written, as well as with respect to other areas of collaboration that are in store for us with her as the Push Women Network. So Senan Kanana, good morning.
Good morning, Kanji. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great, and I'm looking forward to a great session.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this conversation. I've been excited about it actually the whole week. So now that we're here, I obviously I know you. I know quite a bit about you. So just tell our audience who are tuned in this morning about who are you, details that you might want to share about your experience.
So before I go to that, I just want to say that I'm really grateful, Kanji, for this opportunity to really talk about myself and the different things that I love to do. And thank you also for the great work that you're doing in Zambia by leading the Push Women Network. I'm really grateful that our paths crossed. So today I'm hoping to inspire, even if it's just one person. I know both men and women are watching. So I hope by the end of the day, one person will get out of with something from this meeting. So Senan is a young lady. I like calling myself young. And I am a marketing and PR professional by training. I have worked in different sectors. I have worked in NGOs. I've worked in private sectors. I've worked in learning institutions in the fields of marketing and PR. And I'm currently working in a technology company in Nairobi. So I am very, very passionate about women and girls empowerment, and that is why we are here today.
Right. So, I mean, what is it about your position and your experience, as a female in Kenya that inspired you to say, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to be involved in this advocacy for gender equality, gender equity? What is it about your experience that inspired you to do something about it?
So growing up, I have experienced women being told there are things they can do and there are things they cannot do. From the days when my mom was a young girl, she would be told that her work is to clean dishes and take care of the family, while the boys were encouraged to go to school. But then my mom would sneak and hide in my grandmother's kitchen or some places until she ran out of hiding places because she wanted to learn. So from experience, I see my mom had not gone to school. Myself and my other three siblings would not be where we are today. So again, the other thing that pushes me is the fact that there are so many inequalities in our world today. Inequalities where, for example, women are known to be, they are supposed to be quiet and not to speak up. Women are supposed to sit at home and wait for the man to bring a piece of meat in the evening. So I realize that the more empowered a woman is, the more great societies are raised, and the more we have a beautiful world. So I thought then I should use my voice to tell them why it's really important to find your voice and find your passion and continuously pursue it.
Yeah, fantastic. And I think that answers, one of the questions that I was planning to ask you about some of the societal norms that inform our thinking, that inform how we are brought up and the way that we develop, as not just as human beings, but specifically as women.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to hear that, you had this powerful, strong woman, your mother, who was able to demonstrate to you and impart something that we have been brought up to believe or think about ourselves as women. Actually, there are no limitations. And it's very important that, we empower each other, we empower ourselves. We give ourselves a platform where we are able to develop and grow and participate. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy. Yeah.
Uh, sorry about that. Also, I feel that women themselves are sometimes pull themselves back because they are told if you speak so much, then you're too outspoken. If you have an opinion, then you're too opinionated. Then you find women holding back, especially women
Mm,
who are not as strong, and women who do not really believe in themselves. So you find
mm,
our society, for example, if there is a man and woman in the same department, and
mm,
both of them are on paternity and maternity leave, the woman is
mm,
tends to take a longer leave, maybe even 2 to 3 years to take care of the kids. But
mm,
I've never
mm,
seen a situation where a man has to take 2 to 3 years to take care of the family, and if there is any, then it's 1 in 20 or more.
mm.
So my
I agree
advice
with
to
you. I
women,
agree with you. And I think that's why,
yeah,
yeah, I was going to say that that's why the work that you are doing is very important, because it slowly begins to sort of disintegrate some of that thinking, some of those mindsets which are harmful, and retrogressive to the female experience, the female development. Right. So and speaking about that, I really want you to talk about 35. Okay, because I think it's a very exciting project. And I won't preempt it. You go ahead and tell us what is 35 all about.
So during my life as a woman and growing up, I've come across different women doing great things. So there is this specific woman when I came to Nairobi for university. She was selling jackets, and I had a conversation with her. I asked her, "For how long have you been selling these jackets?" And she told me she sold them for 25 years, and her 3 grown children have been educated and fed through the proceeds from selling this jacket. And then I just bought my jacket, $2 and left. Then years later in 2018, I moved to a different town and I met another woman. She was selling cereals, and I engaged her with the same kind of questions. For how long have you done this? She told me 18
Mm,
years. And then I just asked myself, how many other stories out there are like
yeah,
these ones, especially in the
yeah,
corporate sector, where young women that we don't know about are doing amazing things in their spaces, but no one gets to know about them. They don't get featured on CNN, they don't get featured on mainstream media. And then I looked within my circle and realized there are many amazing friends. In fact, there are many that are doing great things, but they are not able to, their stories are not shared. So I
yeah.
decided, since I was about 2 months into my 35th birthday, let me do this project and call it 35 and feature 35 women, and have them from 3 continents, each continent representing the decade that I've been alive. So basically,
Right.
that's the entire project.
That is fantastic. So what was the selection criteria, in sort of coming or arriving at these 35 compelling stories that you are telling in your book? What was, what inspired the names or the women that you selected to feature in the book?
Kanji, you're one of the women featured in the book. So clearly, you know the selection criteria. Every woman that I have never told any of you that is featured in this book why I chose you, but I chose you for a reason. I chose you because
Mm,
you're creating impact in your spaces. You are the first colonel in your Zambian army. You see, that's an
mm,
inspiring story. Someone in my village, my remote village in Maua, will be so excited that Zambian army in Africa is known to be one of the strongest armies. But then we have this lady that Senan knows, and she is doing amazing things. So the selection criteria was basically women that are really going to an extra mile to achieve greatness in their own spaces. So in here we have lawyers, we have health practitioners, we have teachers, every single space in our society, because then all these careers and all these businesses and all these things, they are a web that makes the society move. So basically, I selected women that resonated with my dreams.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. And even just, what you said earlier about finding women, because they are women, they exist, women who are doing things that ordinarily you would not expect a woman to do, but for some reason, society doesn't, I don't know how to put it, but doesn't tell those stories, for reasons best known to themselves. And as a result, it's very difficult for young girls, in remote parts of our countries, especially, to see or to have an example, a live example of women who are actually defying the odds.
True.
And I think that when you do unearth these women and you find them and you give them a platform where they can speak, where they can be seen, and where they can be heard, it is a powerful teaching tool, and
Yes.
of course, apart from it being a powerful teaching tool, it's a great source of inspiration for the younger generation, for the next generation of trailblazers. It's an inspiration to you and me, to keep pushing in spite of all the challenges that we face. So I'm really excited about reading this book, which celebrates all of these women, and of course, extremely, extremely humbled and honored to be part of this project, Sanan. So for that, I thank you. And it demonstrates that you are living up to the mantra of women supporting women and elevating each other. So thank you so much for the work that you are doing.
Correct.
And then even, I mean, I'm all about networks. I think that your network is your net worth. So you've spoken about these three different continents. How did you get connected to women from these different continents? How did you create that sort of network?
Um, so Senan is one very outspoken and outgoing person. So whenever I get into a
Mm,
space, I get into that space intentionally, knowing that I don't have to, I should not go out of this space as I came in. So whenever I get into a
mm,
training, whenever I get into a conference, I create a contact list, and then I'm that type of person that will just sneak into your WhatsApp and say, hey, what's up?
mm,
What are you doing? What are you up to? So I have built this network through the different trainings that I've attended, the different conferences that I've attended. And then those that I don't know directly, I have been referred to me by my contacts. For example, yourself and Susan Mulikita, the CEO of Liquid Telecom, was referred to me by my friend Roy Chocolate from Zambia. So I met Roy
mm,
online. Again, I liked his work and sneaked into his inbox and told him, hey, you guy, you're doing great things. I think we can work together. And that's how I met
yeah.
you. So all
Mm,
my networks have been intentional networks. And
mhm.
because I believe networking for me is really a great tool to achieving greatness.
Fantastic. And you've let the cat out of the bag because our caption was, she features women from three continents and two from Zambia. And now we know that, of course, one of them is myself, and the other one is Madam Susan Malikita, a very inspirational woman that I look up to, and she's absolutely fantastic as well. So now that we know who's featuring in the book from Zambia, I also wanted to know, what is it about the power of storytelling, that you thought is a very powerful tool to disrupting gender norms and then even just advancing what you are trying to do in the space of gender equity and equality. Why did you decide to go about it in this way, by authoring a book?
You know,
Yeah.
whenever you're asked who is your mentor, you mention someone from their story. If your mentor
Hmm.
is, I mean, name whoever, or the women we admire and the women we aspire to be, if these women kept whatever they are doing in life on their own, we would never have them as our mentors. We would never aspire to be like them or even do more than them.
Hmm.
So for me,
Hmm.
storytelling is really a great tool to inspire, empower, and uplift people. And I look at storytelling, especially among women, where we are told when women sit together, they just talk. But for me, I see. I see storytelling and sharing and talking out about issues as a way of getting a woman through one difficult situations. And also through storytelling, women are also able to realize that I'm not alone in this. For example, if it's a really, really tough situation in life. And then through storytelling, a woman is able to pick one or two things on what they can do in their own spaces to improve and become better people. So for me, stories
Exactly.
are not stories if they are not told. So let's all
Yeah.
come out and share in our spaces our stories,
Mm.
share even other people's stories. You never know who you're uplifting.
Yeah, very, very powerful. Powerful. I love that you decided to go this route because there's so many ways in which you can participate in this space, and you chose to go about it amongst other ways, the route of writing stories. And I think it's important for us to write our own stories, put our own perspective into it, our real life experiences. It makes it very relatable, it makes it very real, and it lasts. You put something down in writing, it's going to be there for years and years to come.
True.
So yeah, I just want to commend you for having gone that route
Thank
as
you.
well.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then also, on the networking aspect, because our movement is very heavy on creating powerful female networks, women who are supporting each other. I wanted to know, because you've created this network of these women from these different continents, different countries. Are you planning on sustaining these networks? What is your plan? I mean, for us, what are you planning for us, Senan? You've connected us. You understand?
Yes, 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 yes.
What is next for these networks that you've created in your book?
Um, Trust me, if I let this network crumble, then I won't have done any justice for either myself or for either of you. Because as much I know, I am really, really looking forward to creating future collaborations and partnerships, and the 35 women are looking forward
Yeah,
to doing that as well.
right.
So these are networks of people in different spaces, like I said. And, for me, I look at it like a strength. I look at it as a strategy, to achieving anything. If you want to come to Kenya right now, I'm sure you'll not be stranded, unlike maybe a few years ago when you didn't know anyone in Kenya. I can say comfortably that, allow me to say this, if I come to Zambia, I know I have a place to sleep. I know I have someone to recommend me to where I can visit, where I can eat. So these networks,
Of course.
there is so much that will come up through this collaboration with all the women in this book, and I'm sure they are also very, very eager to see what else is coming up. And I'm very open to suggestions on what we can do together and what we can achieve together, because I believe when really women
Exactly.
support each other, great things happen.
Amazing, amazing. So now, how do we access 35? When is it ready, and how can people get a hold of it so that they read these stories that you've told about these amazing women across the world, really?
Writing this book is a story in itself. I think I will write another book to say the
Yeah.
process and the
Hello, Sana.
challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'm saying the process and the whole aspect of collecting all these stories and putting them together has really been a challenge.
Yes, go
And
ahead.
yes, I'm hoping to release the book in August or September. But then with this pandemic, so many things are uncertain. So keep praying for me, and but I'm still hopeful. Keep praying for me.
Mm, mm. Good, good. No, you are always in our prayers, and really just like you said, this pandemic has really disrupted a lot of things, a lot of plans, that we all had individually, and it wasn't something that you could have foreseen or planned for. It just sort of happened, and we're all grappling to sort of get to terms with it. But then one thing it has taught us, I think, is the importance of utilizing the digital space. I mean, look at us. You are all the way in Kenya, I'm in Zambia, and we're able to have this conversation and we're still able to connect. So I think that it speaks to the importance of utilizing, these digital technologies that are available to us.
Yes.
So apart from, us looking forward to 35, what else should we expect from Senan Kanana? What lies in store for us?
If I say I know what lies in store, I will be lying, because as long as we exist, every day things change and every day our plans change. But one thing for me
Mm,
that I know is constant is I will keep doing what I love. I'll keep uh, having initiatives that empower and support women and girls. I will keep telling stories. I will keep using my voice to advocate for just a just society and a fair society,
mm,
and I
mm.
will keep speaking up. I will just keep being me, but continuously keep improving, because that is the essence of living anyway.
Fantastic. No, Tanan, it's been amazing speaking with you. It's been amazing having this interaction with you. I am excited about what we can do together, how much further we can collaborate between Zambia and Kenya, and I'm just looking forward to what lies in store in this space. I'm trying to see what else I can ask you based on the comments. Irene Mutua says such an amazing conversation. There's somebody called Kalisti. Um, mm, it's a Kenyan name. Kalistinja Tanjiri. Help me. How do you pronounce that? How do you
It's just
pronounce that?
that
She
you're
says,
okay.
"Oh, really?
You're
Okay,
fine.
good, good. I
Yes,
mean, we're Africans, so there
yes.
shouldn't be anything very difficult about pronouncing an African name." She says that is awesome, Senan. So clearly, you do have, quite a lot of influence in your space, and it speaks to the fact that it's not just a talking shop. You are actually being impactful, meaningful, and actually bringing about actual change, which is very important. I think that even what you spoke about, women being held back because we are afraid. We are afraid of failing. We are afraid of challenges, and we are afraid of being alone. Because sometimes when you venture out beyond the conventional, you find yourself very, very much alone, and can be very lonely. So that's
Um,
why I think it's important to have these networks, so that we sort of create some sort of support system. We're able to learn from each other. We're able to lean on each other, and we're able to know, quite frankly, that we are not alone. There's so many
True.
amazing women out there, so many amazing stories that
Yeah.
that we can learn about, and that are being told, and hence the book 35.
Yeah, it's
So I
true,
don't know.
because
Mhm.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I look at networks, and I look at the interactions that we have as any other investment. For example, I would be very strategic on events that I attend for networking. I would be very, very
Mm,
strategic on the people I engage with, because then,
mm,
like any other investment, my network is my investment, and the stronger and strategic it is, then the greater the return on investment. So my
mm,
encouragement to women would be, just keep your foot on the pedal, don't stop, accelerate, keep pushing, keep running, do all it takes for you to achieve your dreams.
exactly. Exactly. No, that is encouraging to me. Thank you. I take that personally. That is speaking directly to me. So thank you so much for being with us. I don't know if there's any last sentiments, any last words that you would like to share with our viewers. I can see who who else is Akende Mainza, who says very inspiring, well done, keep going. Abu Zuti says my role model Senan Kanana unapendwa mami. What does that mean?
It means, it simply means I am loved. Thank you so much.
Okay, I knew there was love there somewhere because I know love is nikupenda sana. So
Ah, great, great. Yeah, yeah. See, we are just in the same, we are just an hour apart. We are in the same continent, so we can understand each other.
exactly, exactly. So you said that the book is available in August, September, somewhere
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Will it be available online? Will it be available in print form? Will it be available in stores? What does the distribution look like for you?
So, like you said, we cannot work without digital. So, we will have hard copies because, like me, I like holding something and going through it. If I want to go
Yeah,
back, I want to go back and see. And this will be a very interesting book. It will be
yeah,
like an album because
yeah.
beautiful women are there. So you'll keep going back and going back. So we'll have a physical copy and we'll have soft copies. And of course, I'll be speaking to some stores to stock it because then I cannot do the distribution on my own.
Fantastic. Now, as soon as it is ready, please let us know because we would like to get our hands on it and we would like to know which digital spaces we can go to in order to be able to get the soft copy if it comes to that. But I'm like you, I'm very old school. I like to read my books like this, like this.
You know the
I like
touch and feel, the touch
and
and
the
feel.
smell of the book.
Yeah,
Yes, all of that is the
yeah.
entire experience for me. So I completely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, so having said that, I think we've come to the end of our conversation, Sinan Kanana.
It was too
I
short.
know. It's
Too
like,
short. Can we do it again?
yes, I was
Another
actually
day.
coming to that. I was going to say that what this means is that we must do this more and more often.
Great, great.
Yeah, because it's been really wonderful. It's been amazing speaking with you, and let's stay in touch. Let's see how we can continue this collaboration and do big, big, big things. We are not limited in our space or our spheres of influence. We are not just in Kenya. We are not just in Zambia. We can go global, with this
Great,
conversation, and we can take it as far as the good Lord will allow us to take it. So,
great.
with those few words, Sanan, thank you so much, and
Thank you too.
have a fantastic day. Thank you for being here.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Bye everyone who was watching and thank you for
Bye.
watching.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.